All of the teasers have led up to this point. From TikTok to Twitter and YouTube videos, we've had all these ideas about what is coming next, because SuperCard needs a little kick up the backside, and this might just be it. What I can tell you it is the final tier of Season 8, or so it looks like, ARCANE Tier. No, not that Arcane, this Arcane. And there's your first look at a card. We're gonna have to use the classic Undertaker, as he has just been revealed by certain individuals and 2K themselves as a brand new card for the immensely powerful ARCANE Tier. But that's not all. There's plenty of different reveals. So let's just get started and say if you are excited for this brand new tier and what potentially could come of it, because I'm hoping that this is a nice, quick, fast-paced rush towards the end of the season, then I need you to smack that like button. I am hoping that this is the big deal. That is going to hold us over. There's also a new feature coming, which I'm going to go through in more details. And in the comments down below, we're talking war games. Why war games? Because Survivor Series is confirmed going to have at least 2 War Games matches, and I want you to tell me what your fantasy War Games match would be. 4 wrestlers on each side. You can do Raw, SmackDown. You can do Damage Control versus Toxic Attraction. I'll leave it up to you. And if you include the name of the new tier in your comment, I'll hit you with a heart just for being awesome and checking out this brand new reveal of the new tier. Now, these reveals come courtesy of the guys over at 2K Next Makers. You've already seen the Undertaker, and I want to go back to this because the image itself looks great, and I want to see the pro animation because we've seen the craziness in that TikTok trailer. This looks like even more crazy. There's 2 like tentacle eye, 3 tentacle eye things, whatever you want to say. It looks bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. The Undertaker image is on point too, because it includes that Phantom of the Opera style mask that he actually wore to protect himself after a botched move that left him with a broken orbital bone in like the early 90s. And yet it goes so well with these cards. I've just noticed there's 4 eyes there, like it's a massive portal, and he's summoning, and he's, you know what? It's just perfect. Although still digging the Zodiac and the runes at the bottom, maybe there is more to that than let on. Now, a personal favorite of the ones that have been revealed is Dexter Lumis. I'm hoping that he gets more time on Raw because he's a great character. We need Index back, baby. Index has to happen. That's not the only one. Another favorite of mine from this, I mean, Undertaker was one thing, but Liv Morgan's image, I mean, if they've chosen this specifically for this tier, then I've got to give a round of applause to the guys at Cat Daddy, because that is beautiful. Maurice. Yes, Maurice. When was the last time that Maurice had a card in this game? Royal Rumble tier, and before that it was Vanguard, and then Beast tier before that. Other than that, she has been a support in the game, but it's going to be nice to have her back as a normal card. Next up, the original bro, Matt Riddle, and all these reveals came courtesy of the guys over from 2K Next Makers. There's a bunch of them. I'll link them in the description and the comments. You can go check them out. The guys like King Kitten, Funky Town, Bullfrog, Dan Makes Games, those guys have all got the reveals. There'll probably be more of them, and if I see more, I will endeavor to include them in a video before the tier launches. But it's probably a good idea to mention that I will be live on Twitch to check out the whole tier when it starts on Wednesday. Roughly about, well, last time the tier went live a little bit later, but usually it drops about 8 o'clock UK time. So make sure you don't miss it. Talking about Miss, how about Miz? Yes, the Miz. That was a terrible segue across, but his card looks okay. I dig it. I just gotta make sure he doesn't see Dexter Lumis. Imagine if they actually managed to make a tag team out of that. You got Ciampa, which, oh, and great image of him, by the way, but we also have a Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa as well, who, thank God he's got his name back. Thank God he's Tommaso Ciampa now and not just Ciampa. That is a great image. Perfect. Makes him look like a bit like a Doctor Strange without hair. Like if you was to mix the Mandarin from Iron Man 3 and Doctor Strange together, that would be like what Tommaso Ciampa looks there. This next one's real cool because I am a big fan of Mick Foley. I'm a big fan of Mankind, but there's not many Mankind images around, and this is a great version of that. In fact, this image itself is in WWE SuperCard, but it's on a support card. So it is in the game already, you just can't use it on a very special Mr. Socko card. There's Mr. Socko, that's the actual card, but with just Mr. Socko. So to see him and this good image back in the game, given there's so little Mankind images available that I've found anyway, is really awesome. I haven't been told about the next one, but okay, fine. Hello? Okay, it's Seth Rollins. I've got to dig. That outfit is something else. And it does look like he'd be the kind of person to cast that spell too, which is bonkers. And segueing perfectly to his wonderful wife, Becky frickin' Lynch, who just looks delightful. Again, one of those perfect cards. Stats look a little bit lower than I would have liked. I mean, maybe it's because the cards weren't finalized stats-wise, but if we go to Liv Morgan handily beats Becky Lynch in 2 stats, and man, that don't sit right. She only just lost a match against Bianca Belair. You're saying Liv Morgan's better than her? But what about this new feature? Well, it's called Watch Party, and they're very expressive to say it's not a mode or an event. It's something on top of that. The way it's coming across is that you're fantasy booking pay-per-views based on the matches and the results that are there. But you're not predicting the results, you're just predicting who the winners are going to be. And dependent on the tier and the type of card you've got, whether it be pro or fortified, you'll get even better rewards. Bullfrog on Twitter broke it down like this. Watch Party is a new limited time feature that allows you to fantasy book pay-per-view results and chat with the global SuperCard community during select events. Here's how it works. Before a select WWE event begins, such as WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or SummerSlam, or even Crown Jewel or Clash at the Castle, Watch Party will appear in the main menu. Once available, you'll be able to hop in and start picking who you believe will win in any match that night using cards from your own catalog. So you're not using cards that they give you. You don't even get the match card, you just put down the cards that are going to win, and the winners are then selected for rewards. The process of you picking the cards is open-ended, and you using your event knowledge allows you to make any bold prediction that you want. The cards you choose to represent your picks are important. Trained and fortified cards produce more points if you win. Card rarity also boosts your ending score. When you place a card, you'll see your potential point values before you lock it in. At the end of a watch party, rewards will be calculated based on the number of correct predictions. The more correct predictions with the better cards that you have, the better your chance at rewards. Outside of the main rewards, there will be passive rewards which will drop every so often during a live event. Now, I have 2 concerns with this. One, if you lock in a card, do you lose that card being able to be used in a separate mode? For example, if I wanted to play Giants Unleashed with my Scarlet card, if me putting down that Scarlet is going to win against Liv Morgan, will I lose my access to that Scarlet card until the end of that pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever? The second thing is, how does this affect people who are not in the United States, or you could class Oceania, Australia, etc., where this would favor those time zones? When European, UK, African, and Asian WWE communities would not be awake or would be asleep during those events, would it put players in those areas at a distinct disadvantage? We'll have to wait and see, but the new tier drops Wednesday. As I said, I will be live not just this evening, but also on Wednesday It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for Arcane Tier. How I'm going to approach this tier, I've got some advice I will be giving to people about what they should do with this tier leading up to the next season. Potentially coming in November, that seems like what we're moving towards, and how people should play this new season, given it is effectively filler. Even if it looks freaking awesome, it's filler up until the new season starts. Don't forget, whilst you're there, if you're excited for the new tier, smack that like button. Make sure you hit that big, red, beautiful subscribe button if you want to see not just the freebies, but also all the other awesome videos that's going to be coming your way the second Arcane Tier drops. And don't forget to leave your dream War Games match in the comments down below. And of course, any thoughts you have on this. But I have been JB, you have been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you when Arcane Tier drops. Peace out.
So far away, we wait for